Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thank you very much for joining me for today's video where I will show you everything I got made up in August. So looking back, August was a pretty quiet month as regards sewing. I didn't get too much done, but I got a few little crafty makes, a few bags and a few little garments, and I'm keen to share them with you. So if you watch my Friday Sews videos, you probably will have seen all of these anyway, but I do love putting them into a makes vlog, and I have a playlist of all my makes throughout the years over on my channel as well, so I'll link that up here as well. So, shall we get started? As always, I break these into chapters, which I will put below, and you can skip back and forth depending on which category you're interested in. So, let's get started. The first category I'm going to talk about is little crafty makes, and I do love a crafty make. And both of these patterns are from my wonderful friend Sam Solette Sparkle. She does the most wonderful tutorials over on her channel. I'll link them, of course, down below as well. But the first little thing I'll show you is these little beauties, and these are called the Stash capsules. They are adorable. I've made two of them. This is the one size and this is another size I made, and this is perfect for holding little scraps while I'm sewing. So I was keen to make two of them to see the different sizes. So this is a pattern available on Sam's Ko-fi channel, which I'll link below as well, and it does come in a variety of sizes. So I just made two of the sizes to see how I got on. I did them in kind of reverse fabrics, which I think look quite nice. Both these fabrics are from Rainbow Fabrics, so there's this little striped denim and then this fabulous kind of summer print fabric as well. They're both quite thick fabrics, which means I didn't have to interface them, which is great. They're sturdy enough as is. This size would be perfect for things like fat quarters, for holding patterns, all that good stuff. And then this size, as I mentioned, is perfect for holding little threads while you're sewing. But I think they're absolutely adorable. They don't take long to make. You can make all manner of stacking versions. I think they would make wonderful presents. You can put pencils, you could put any notions in them. I think they're really, really cute, and I was so happy to get a few of these made up. I just love that little lobster. He's so cute. So that was the first little pattern I got made up. The next little crafty make I made was this, and this is Sam's quilted pouch pattern, and it is so cute. This fabric again is from Rainbow Fabrics. I put in a Little Rosy Cheeks Beyond the Pink Door collaboration bee label that says the bee's knees, because I thought it toned nicely with the bees and the daisies. It's fully bound on the outside, and then it's got a lovely zip. I used this beautiful stripy zip. I think that was Purple Stitches, I think. It's just really, really cute. So it does have fusible fleece inside, so it's nice and sturdy and secure. And I did do wavy quilting lines. It's quite tricky to see in this fabric, but they are there anyway. And when I made this, I realized that this fits perfectly my Kindle, which is wonderful because I don't have a Kindle case, and just to keep it protected, this fits perfectly the sizing that Sam recommends. So this is another wonderful, wonderful pattern. Again, this will make wonderful presents. It doesn't take long to make. It doesn't take much fabric. It's just a wonderful pattern, and it is super, super cute. So they were my little crafty makes. Another kind of crafty make, again, was by a tutorial by my wonderful friend. So this time it was Catherine Soverton Makery. I have very talented friends, and it is to do a little towel kind of personalization. So I wanted to make a friend of mine a birthday present, and I wanted to trial out this technique first of all, so I decided to make myself a personalized towel, and I'm so happy with how it came out. This is a towel that we've had for years and years, and then this fabric is, I believe it's Tula pink fabric, and what you do is you cut out the letters, use Bondo web, stick them onto your towel, and then use a zigzag stitch all the way around. But I think the effect is really, really pretty. You could of course use any fabric you like. I just think the colours on this work well with the navy. It's a lovely technique. You have to kind of think about which way around your letters go, because of course you're putting them on backwards initially, then front ways. So for some things like a H it doesn't particularly matter, but for things like an E it might matter. But I just love this technique. I think it's so nice again for presents. You could do smaller versions for children. You could do initials for things like hand towels, face cloths. I think it's really, really cute. So again, I'll link this tutorial down below. So very, very happy with my little crafty makes in August. Next up, shall we look at some bags? So I made one bag in August, and this, I just love this pattern. I think it's absolutely wonderful. This is called the Scotty convertible bag. I'll pop in a picture of it here, and it's by Cara Threads. And I made this alongside my wonderful friend Orla. She is so what over on Instagram. I'll link her handle down below. She makes the most wonderful bags. She is unbelievably talented. I would encourage you to take a look and also look at her version of this bag as well. So here it is, without further ado. So as I say, it's a convertible bag. But what happened was I had this beautiful faux leather that I bought in Paris earlier in the year, and I thought I had about a metre. I didn't. I only had about 70 centimetres. So I supplemented it with this lovely canvas fabric. So I was able to work out, because the pattern is just amazing. If I get the pattern for you, I have it here. The pattern is wonderful. It shows in the pattern exactly what pieces belong to what part of the bag. So I was able to work out which pieces I could accent in the canvas, which was marvellous. As I'm here, I should show you the listing of the pattern pieces you need for this. And it's an entire sheet like this, between the pattern pieces for the outside, the lining, the facings, all the hardware, all the stabilizer. It really is. Oh, there's also templates for marking out templates for things like the inside pocket, things like that. It's a real mind bender of a pattern, and I'd never ever made a bag like this, and I was quite nervous about it, but I was absolutely delighted with how it came out. So yes, I was able to supplement this with some lovely canvas fabric. So I was quite nervous again about sewing with this faux leather. I'd never done that before, so Orla helped me with that with the aid of a Microtex needle, which is an incredibly sharp needle. And then also, to avoid back stitching on this faux leather, you pull out the threads and then you can knot them off and then use a flame to get rid of the excess thread, but it gives a beautiful, beautiful finish. She also helped me attach the rivets, which was very exciting. Never used them before, but they give a wonderful finish and great stability. For the canvas fabric and for all the hardware and for all the stabilizer, I got that from Quilted Stitch. And as I say, yes, I got this faux leather in Paris, which is very, very nice. So you can see the faux leather on either side and the base, and then on the side as well. So I just did the shoulder strap in leather. Because it's a convertible bag, you can do a much longer strap, which is the crossbody strap, and that then converts into a backpack. But because I was short on fabric, I just did the shoulder strap, which for me works absolutely perfectly. On the front, it's got these two lovely zips, and they are both working pockets, and I've got some Tula fabric in there. Can you see that little bird? And then I have this beautiful keychain here that I got from, it's a Sarah Hart's one that I bought in Stitch Festival. I think it matches perfectly here with the little pockets. On the back, there's also another pocket. It's got this beautiful shape, and in here is a little magnetic snap, and again, that's fully lined. The bag itself, if I zip it up for you very, very quickly, because I want to show you the recessed zip. So here's what it looks like from the top. Then you open up the zip, inside again fully lined, and I've got a welt pocket on this side, which I had to supplement with green leather, because you do of course just top stitch. This is just sewn directly on. I can't fold over any edges, which is why I need to use green, but I think it looks quite nice. My label here is Imperfectly Perfect by Little Rosy Cheeks, because it is not perfect, but I love it. Again, Tula fabric on the inside. The other side then has two slip pockets, and they are bound at the top with the faux leather, and they have rivets as well, which is lovely. I made a few mistakes with this, but the main one was that I didn't quite understand how to do the lining and how to bag it out when it was finished. But what you actually do, which is a wonderful, wonderful technique, is you pull the whole lining out through the welt pocket, so you don't have to do any top stitching of the bottom seam of the bag, and then you just top stitch the inside of the lining of the welt pocket, which gives a beautiful, beautiful finish. I love the way the zips are inserted here with that curve. I think again that looks really, really pretty. The only change I would make is that I would change the orientation of the zip, because when it's zipped up and I have it on my shoulder, the zip ends at the back, and I prefer it to end at the front, but that's a minor thing. I can just flip that on the instructions. But overall, so happy with this. Thank you, Orla, for having a sewing day with me. It was just marvellous. I've got a little handmade label here. I think it's a really, really lovely pattern, and now that I've made it once, I'm really, really keen to make it again. I really am. So this is my Scotty convertible bag, and I just adore how it came out. I really, really did. So they were kind of my crafty bag making things. I did make a couple of garments. The first of those is, I was very, very lucky. My wonderful friend Benita, she very, very kindly gifted me some fabric, and it is this incredibly cute turtle fabric. She thought my boys might like it, and yes, they absolutely do. They love it. So I think there was maybe just over a metre, I think, that she sent me very, very kindly, and I made my two boys the Eclipse tees by Waves and Wild. I've made them for them loads and loads of times. It's a brilliant, brilliant pattern. So here is one for, I think this is older French seams, and then I made one for baby French seams. I then had a tiny scrap of fabric left, and I was able to squeeze out another Eclipse t-shirt for my baby nephew, which is marvellous. So on each of these, it's just a short sleeve t-shirt. Then I did find some ribbing, which was great. And then I also bound the neckline in this beautiful Specky Seamstress summer binding. I do have a video on my channel, which I'll link up here, to show you how to bind the neckline of a jersey make, which I love doing. And then on both of those, they got little Cozy Club handmade labels that have a little seagull, and they say, did somebody say chips? They requested these specifically. They absolutely love them. So these t-shirts are utterly adorable, and they've been wearing them constantly since I made them. They're just the cutest, and that was literally the end of the fabric. I use it all, so thank you very, very much, Benita. A lovely, lovely pattern. Then the last garment I made was for me, and it is another fringe dress. If you watch my channel, you know I love the choke and notch fringe dress. This is number 4, and shall we say, and counting, because I don't think I'm done with that pattern. I have made a few before. Obviously my latest one to this was a wonderful collaboration I did with, again, the wonderful Sam and Catherine. I'll link it up here, where we all made the fringe dress, and we had so much fun doing it. So when I got this fabric, again from Rainbow Fabrics, so Rainbow Fabrics, I'm a brand ambassador, so if you use my code Rachel !VIP, that will give you 20% off site-wide, and thank you, that's an affiliate link. Thank you very, very much. But they sent me this beautiful viscose fabric a number of months ago, and I thought this just was destined to be a summer floaty dress. I think the colour is just beautiful, and the animal print, everything is just marvellous. So I thought I could make a fringe dress. The fringe dress is fabulous because it only takes 2 meters for my size, which is wonderful. So I did view the view with the buttons. Is that A or B? I can't quite remember. I'll pop it below. The view with the buttons. I sew these down. I can get it on over my head, so I don't need to do buttonholes, which is marvellous. And then I do these wonderful button tabs on the cuff. They are functional because I like to be able to leave the sleeves down if I need to. These are the most beautiful buttons with little gold flecks, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. It does have a facing, but that's fully stitched down, so no flappy facing. I used a Cozy Club label here, and that says made for sunny days, which of course it was. It's got lovely waist ties, which are secured into the front darts, which is lovely. Beautiful gathered waist, but the gathering is more concentrated in the middle and not on your hips, which is absolutely where I do not need more gathering. A lovely floaty skirt. I make a full midi length. I level it off. I don't do the dippy hem. Then I also put in the side seam pockets, but I alter them ever so slightly. I make them slightly bigger and secure them into the waist seam. And again, I have a video on my channel about how I do that. It means that the pockets are really, really secure, and they're not going to flap around, because nobody needs a flappy facing or flappy pockets, do we? So absolutely adore this. I really, really do. I make a size 8 grading to a size 10, and I think I add about ½ an inch to the bodice length, and I just love the fit on this. I think it's such a nice dress. So very, very happy I got that made up at the very, very end of summer. Hopefully I've popped in a picture of me wearing it here as well. Hi everyone. Editing Rachel here. So the bit of footage you just saw, I filmed around the 28th, 29th of August, something like that, thinking in my head, it's only the last weekend in August, I'm not going to get anything else sewn up, so I'll do a makes vlog. How wrong was I? Because I had signed up to the Sew Hilly Jane Thready Set Go session that was happening on the 30th, so the last Saturday in August, and of course I had to make something on that, didn't I? I love those sessions. They're so much fun. You can sit there and sew and have the chats with all the lovely people. It's just marvellous. I'll link that down below. I love it. So I decided I could eke out one more summer make, and I did. I made another pair of the Closet Core sepia trousers. That now brings up the tally to 4. I've made a pair of shorts, I've made 2 pairs of barrel leg version, and I've made now 1 pair of the wide leg version, I should say. And I just love these trousers so much. So shall I pop up and show you? These are they. So they're in this beautiful viscose fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, which I love. I think it's such nice fabric. It's a viscose modal, but it's almost twill, and it's got a beautiful weight and a beautiful drape to it. And when it came in, I thought I might make a dress, see what I can do, and then I thought a pair of floaty wide leg trousers would just be perfect in this fabric, and they are. I've been wearing them loads. I absolutely love them. Sepia trousers, popping a picture here. I won a pattern, a Closet Core pattern early in the summer, and I got this pattern and I've made it so much and I just love it. So again, I made a size 12, but then I graded to a size 16 at the waist because I lower the waist by 3 inches. So basically I take off 6 inches off the rise, and I love now how that fits. I did just 2 front pockets. I didn't do the double layer pockets, and I put on back pockets. It's got the lovely paper bag waistband. And then for this version, for the wide leg version, I added an inch to the length, and they're pretty perfect. And I just love them. And I got them sewn up in the Thready Set Go session last Saturday. So it was just fabulous. I really enjoyed it. And I just love these trousers. Hopefully I'll pop in a picture of me wearing them here. These are the perfect floaty trousers for the last days of summer, looking out at the rain, but I did get to wear them last weekend in the sunshine, so I was delighted. So I'm very happy that these trousers managed to just get into my August makes vlog. So I'll hand you back over to the other Rachel now. So that is the end of my August makes. So not a huge amount, but each one I just love, and I love the different techniques I was able to use, and of course the different varieties of makes, which I love doing. So how was your August sewing? Did it slow down over the summer? Mine certainly did, because I had started a crochet blanket, which is still ongoing, hopefully finished by the time you see this video, but that definitely made a dent in my sewing time. But I just love everything I got made up. So I should leave it there for now. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions or comments on anything I shared today, please don't hesitate to leave me a comment in the comment box below. You know how much I love having the chats. If you like this video, I would very much love it if you could give me a thumbs up, and also please consider subscribing. I would love to have you along in my teeny tiny corner of the internet. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all getting some time for some lovely sewing, and I will talk to you all again in another video. Take care, everyone. Bye.